Welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm AwestruckVox, and one of the biggest surprises in the Avengers Endgame trailer was something the trailer itself didn't even draw attention to. But when everyone realized it, the internet was set aflame. Shuri's dead! There's a certain point in the trailer where we see Bruce Banner looking at victims of the snap, to which we see Scott Lang, and a little bit over to the right, we see Shuri, as her file transitions into Peter Parker's file. Now, to be fair, this obviously is trying to tell us that Shuri was a victim of Thanos' snap. After the devastating moment occurred in Infinity War, Shuri was never seen again for the rest of the film, so her fate was always ambiguous. We last saw her trying to extract the Mind Stone out of Vision, being interrupted by Corvus Glaive. And with a character as significant to Black Panther as Shuri, you would think we would see her death. But on the other hand, there was only so much of the snap they could show in such a short amount of time. So I'm expecting that when Avengers Endgame rolls around, we're going to have our hearts broken all over again. And this full scene will show a bunch of fan-favorite MCU characters, confirming that yeah, they're no longer in the world of the living. Now to be fair, everyone has pointed out how this says missing, trying to rationalize that this does not confirm they're dead, but I just don't agree. It says missing for all of these characters because assumably all their bodies turn to dust. When there's no body left behind, you can't verify them as dead, but you saw them flash before your eyes. They knew what Thanos' plan was. It's the same assumption that none of these characters survived the snap, Scott Lang obviously being an exception, as he was lost in the quantum realm, still not leaving a body to be left behind. And none of the surviving Avengers are aware of what the quantum realm even is. But even though I disagree Shuri could be laying low, I do believe this could be a misdirect, that the characters we see on display will not actually be the characters representative in the final version of the film. First off, Angela Bassett, who plays T'Challa and Shuri's mother, Queen of Wakanda, stated earlier in the summer that both her character and Shuri survived the snap.
Do you think your character disappeared with the Thanos snap?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's interesting.
Neither did my daughter. So,
okay.
And Shuri's, yeah.
That's it.
Quite a bright girl there in Wakanda, so.
I think she's still there in the throne room, or she's safely ensconced in the Wakandan palace, because we didn't see her poof into ashes. Her or Shuri. So Mama and Baby Girl are going to have to write this world back together, because it was pretty much decimated in the last Avengers. Now on one hand, it does sound like pure speculation coming from Bassett. Well, we didn't see the Queen or the Princess turn to dust, so they must be still alive. But on the other hand, Avengers Endgame was already filmed by this point, so I don't think she would stay if her or Shuri survived when really she had no idea. One thing we're definitely going to see in this film is the aftermath of Thanos' snap. And of all the locations we're going to follow up on, Wakanda is definitely high on this list. And although during Infinity War's promotion, the actors played it up as if they had no idea how the film would end, those who filmed for Endgame would definitely know what's going on. Their dialogue would revolve around what heinous acts Thanos committed, reducing the world to 50% of what it once was. So it absolutely is reasonable to assume that Angela Bassett filmed for the movie, but is keeping that part under wraps. And if her character did fade away to dust, she definitely would have given an alternate answer, because I also have no doubts that we would see her and Shuri once the snap is reversed by the end of the film, and their dialogue would have to reflect as such. Now, why the misdirect? Why inform the audience a character is gone when they're truly alive? Well, it's clear Marvel Studios, the Russo brothers, and whoever else is behind this trailer wants us to think Shuri's out of the picture because she may actually have an important role in Endgame. Shuri is one of the most intelligent people in all of the MCU, and with a team between her, Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, and Rocket Raccoon, they can brainstorm some technology to do some serious damage to Thanos, or even revive the likes of Vision, who didn't die as a result of the snap, who I just cannot see remaining inactive after Endgame, considering he didn't amass so much screen time, and would definitely need to exist without the Mind Stone in future films. But we'll discuss the fate of the Infinity Stones at another time. Whatever the case may be, even if it has something to do with Shuri being involved with time travel, she absolutely has a role to play. So I'm not buying for 1 second that what we're seeing here is remotely close to the truth. Not to mention Banner's reaction. The dude's definitely distressed, and while that could just be from reliving the snap, having to accept the aftermath and that they all had to feel accountable for what happened, I also want to remind you guys that the Russo brothers confirmed that Betty Ross was a victim of the snap. So the reality could be that Banner's reaction isn't from seeing Shuri, Peter Parker, or Scott Lang, but in fact that a former love interest of his, Betty Ross, is no longer with us. And Betty's death could actually be instrumental in General Ross lifting or tweaking the Accords, which is why Steve and Natasha are no longer on the lam. The world's in chaos, people are losing loved ones, misdirects. And now the Avengers are off the hook so they can come up with a plan to undo all of this. Or at the very least, well, avenge the fallen. But this is where I turn the conversation over to you guys. What do you think? Do you believe Shuri's actually gone? Or do you believe this is a result of trailer magic? That the final version of the film will have Shuri alive and well, and this list of victims won't actually feature her? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet them to me at AwestruckVox or at RoundtableVids. We're also on Instagram. If you want to help the Roundtable grow, you can either become a member of the channel or support us on Patreon. Get access to exclusive perks. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like, share, and if you're new here, subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications to stay in the loop of all of our Marvel content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. AwestruckVox, out.